In our previous episode, we visited beautiful Maho Beach, something we really didn't want to miss before leaving the island of St. Martin. I'm getting really cold. I think we should go. Winter in the Caribbean. Up next. Oh, shame it's not gonna work. Ooh, it's moving a lot. Oh, there you go. Ah, I am getting better at this. We're trying to sort out a couple of things because we really want to leave, even though there's not really a weather window for us for the next couple of weeks, but we want to start moving west. But we're missing a couple of things, so we have to provision still because it's not going to get cheaper anywhere. Time to refill our gas bottles today and sort out the boat a little bit, because now we've been at anchor for a little while. Then we should be able to move west. You don't want to pick up a rusty one, they're not going to exchange it afterwards.
No, man. Let's see.
We have to find a nice one.
We always have to look for the ones that are not rusty, because otherwise you end up with a really bad bottle and then you go somewhere else and they say, I'm sorry, we can't exchange it because ours are nice and new ones is falling apart. So for 4 months of gas we pay about 60 euros because they last a little bit more than a month about 10 days.
This must be the most relaxing way to get gas, just here in a little refreshing corner in the greenery. Usually we have to go to a gas station where there's a lot of noise and a lot of dust, so this is very, very chill. In the past couple of weeks, we have been planning and observing the weather over and over, and while it felt extremely quiet here in the lagoon, we knew that the wind was going to increase a lot over the next few days. Unfortunately, the French side of St. Martin isn't too well protected, and big swells can form within a very short time. So we picked up the hook and looked for a calmer spot to complete some projects. We're not feeling comfortable leaving the boat alone at anchor because it's calm and then it just goes crazy for a couple of minutes. In the end, we decided to motor upwind back to Philipsburg on the Dutch side of the island, the only place we could find where the swells did not seem to reach us. And even though we were in the lee of the island, we still got some pretty strong gusts coming in. Da, da, da. There is this tour boat passing by every hour, and every time they pass our boat they're playing Sweet Caroline. I'm never gonna get this song out of my head. Guys, we finally managed to put our Starlink cable where it belongs, really, because some of you may have noticed that it was in our companionway for quite a while and kind of in the way. So all of this was actually hanging down, and we've been sailing with this down a little bit for a while, which is not the best, but now it's nice and now all the cables are nice and hidden again. Yeah. Could turn it off now. See what it does. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't touch. Yes, this looks good. Because last time we installed it, we got stuck on the solar panels and we almost broke the motor. So that's not good. Now the app is telling me that the Starlink is not straight, so it's not pointing up enough, but I don't think it's influencing the performance at all.
Look, it says must not near vertical, but I checked the speed And it works, huh? It's fine. Yeah, we can leave it like it is.
And Nico went to land to get himself new clippers, but they didn't have the right voltage.
Sarah offered me to do my beard, and I said, please don't. After the last haircut, look, I still have the PTSD of the last haircut.
It looks good now.
Yeah, it's okay now. But she said, I can do you, I said, please. No.
It's a delayed good haircut. In the last blow that we sailed through, we also lost a couple of our rivets that are holding our bimini and our solar panels, so I'm just gonna replace some of them. And if you've been following us for a while, you know this one here. I got a lot of comments on the weirdest rivet gun ever, but it is also the best one, and it's the only one we have. I still haven't quite figured out how this works. I think you have to pump it a couple of times and then you have to extend it all the time and then it shoots, but not sure. Oh, yeah, it worked. I always get panicked. I usually get a little bit spooked because it builds more resistance, but you never know when it actually goes all the way through. So usually you can push it all the way, and then at one point it just shoots, and that's when I almost lost the gun several times to the water. But it is still here, so still using it. Oh, there you go. I am getting better at this. And I still have the gun. Reminds me of the time when we were trying to winter in Elonda Bay in Greece. You guys might remember if you've been following us for a while. We woke up, the rain, like I said, and it was sunny a minute ago. So you might remember that we tried to winter in Elonda Bay and we researched the area very well, if we can winter there. And then we went and there was nobody there, nobody else. And we said, oh, fantastic, we got the space for ourselves. Well, we found out the hard way why. Because every morning we woke up and all of this we had to redo. And just like this, the sun is back. And now I'm not doing all of the work today because Annika actually volunteered to do lunch today. And I think he's been busy. I saw you gonna do lunch.
Let's do cantaloupe salad. It's good for you anyway. So I prepared the salad, and next Sarah's gonna do the blower from the motor because it's actually been, well, the engine is kind of overheating at the moment. Well, it's not overheating. If you motor for a long time, the temperature gets quite high. And Sarah fixed it the last time. She fixed the old blower, but I got her a new one now.
Oh, and guys, look. So you might be wondering, well, where did you put your fridge? And where did you put the portable battery that you've been talking about? Now we've been able to hide it.
So we're working on it. We'll put it in the island seat. We're gonna build some cushions and everything to close everything up so you can sit on it. But yeah, fantastic, because we no longer have it here in the middle of the living room per se.
Yeah, we used to have it right here, and it took off a lot of space.
Yeah.
And Nico was swearing a lot. He didn't like it there.
No, between the Starlink cable and that.
Indeed. This is a very strange salad. I've never seen anything like this. Is this all cheese?
No, man, there's a cantaloupe on the thing, same color.
Oh, so it's all cheese. This is very, let's say, tropical. You could have cut the cantaloupe a little bit smaller.
Sure, a different shape, different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have labeled it.
No, different type of geometry.
I'm full. So, this fan here came with the boat, and about a year ago it started squealing like a cat, and I managed to save it, even though pretty much everybody's been telling me, no, just throw it in the bin. So I put some oil on it. It's been quiet ever since, but then a few weeks ago it just started making this really strange noise, and now it basically stopped, and it smells a bit weird as well. So I think the bearings are completely gone. Now this fan that is supposed to extract hot air from the engine costs about $270, which is ridiculous, I find. And we found this one here, which is I think it's a fraction of the price. I think it's not even a third. So we are trying to use this one instead, which is obviously a little bit different, not just the color, but we tested it in the shop and it does blow quite a lot of air. We disconnected this one when it started smelling strange, and I have to see if the new one actually fits on the pipe, and I'm not sure if we can use the bracket as well because it is mounted on top, so we have to just see if we can amend this somehow. Let me not drop the screw into the engine bay. Guys, look at this, it got so hot. It must have melted this part of the pipe a little bit because it's not round anymore. There's like 2 indentations here. But this is not really my concern. My concern is that there are 2 different sizes, so it's probably not going to fit onto our pipe. I thought this was bigger. Now, in the beginning I thought, oh, shame it's not going to work with the bracket, but the problem really is the size of the pipe. So it is the exact same size of the pipe, so that means I can't slip the pipe over it. Now I may have to find some in between somehow, some sort of sleeve to make this work. I'm just gonna take the bracket off to see if there's anything I can do, if I can MacGyver any kind of in between. Or you never know. It's better you take things apart and see what they're like. So maybe, just maybe, I can doctor an adapter out of the old one. I think I have a kind of a solution. Yeah, it is a solution. Not the prettiest solution. So I'm thinking of putting this here because the pipe obviously doesn't fit, but it fits on this. So I'm gonna take the little fan motor out from the old blower, put it together. So I hope you're still following me because this is a real MacGyver invention, but I could be spending $270 on this or a fraction of this and still be able to pay the cruising tax in the Bahamas. And then this will go in here. Now this is obviously a little bit fiddly. Let me see if I can make this understandable for you. So this has a little sleeve here, and I'm trying to get it in here with 2 really long screws, and then the pipe will fit over here, and that should work. Actually got a better idea, because if I put it together, I will still have the broken fan in there and it's taking off just too much space. So I'm thinking of cutting this so it fits on here, because it does fit this way around. Obviously I need this as an adapter to the pipe. So if I cut this, and I might be able to actually slide it in there and then glue it inside, or I'm just gonna epoxy these together or put a sleeve of fiberglass. Now we got all of these materials still from our accident, we got some leftovers, so this would be probably a nicer solution than having all of this still hanging in there. And if I'm not checking it and Anika's not checking it, people are probably gonna go, what the heck is this? This might be just a little bit nicer. Jeez, look how thick the plastic is. This turned out to be awesome because it actually kind of slides in. Now there are 3, I'd say, like blades or separators that are holding the fan of these blowers. If I put a groove in there, I cut a groove, then I will be able to slide my new adapter that I just made in the last hour right in there. And I'm contemplating if I just glue it in here so there are no air gaps, or if I actually put a sleeve of fiberglass around it. But this is not that bad. So the next step that I'm doing is I'm just gonna sand this a tiny little bit just to make it coarse, so it actually sticks and it stays. Oh, this is pretty coarse now. So before I put the fiberglass sleeve on this, I'm actually gonna seal it in here with this water weld. I think it does include PVC as well, so I should be able to use this, and then I'm already set that there's not gonna be any gaps in there, but just for the rigidity of it, because there is a lot of vibration in the engine bay, I'm just gonna put a sleeve of fiberglass around, but I do that tomorrow once this is completely set. So this is a 2-part epoxy. You cut a piece off and then you mix it with your fingers and it gets rock solid. Yeah. Let me not drop this below the floorboards. Okay, so how I understood is that you just squeeze it and mix it into each other. It does say it's dry in about an hour, but from experience, I rather leave these kinds of things for 24 hours. Good morning, everyone. So this has dried overnight and it is now rock solid, but I just want to make sure that it does not come apart with the vibration. So I'm still going to put fiberglass over it. I cut some sleeves that I can put around. So I'm going to start putting masking tape over it so the epoxy doesn't go everywhere. So the mixture is 5:1, and I'm trying to get it as precise as I can with the movement of the boat. So I'm just gonna wet the area a little bit so I can stick my fiberglass sheets. I think I only need 1 sheet of fiberglass. If I put another one, it will just mess up the first one, and this is not going anywhere. It's just gonna add a little bit of flexibility in case the epoxy underneath starts breaking apart with the vibration after a while, and I would like to have this last for a little bit. So, but like I said, I think I can keep the other fiberglass sheet that I cut for the next pump in like 25 years. But now I'm just gonna stand in here, let it dry, wait a little bit, and then should be able to install it. She's assisting. Actually, she's just going into the engine bay, and I'm trying to distract her so she doesn't go in there because it's off limits. Go eat, play, there, go, have fun. All right, so I've left this out in the sun for a little bit, and now it's really nice and dry, and I think it turned out quite chic as well, and Pee-wee is distracting me, so now I can install it. So that's ready now. And now I just have to put it in. Actually, I don't have to use the bracket from the old one because this one already kind of comes with a bracket. And I've tested this in the shop, and it's actually more powerful than the fan blower that we had before. So this should be quite straightforward. Because hot air rises, I will be mounting the fan blower with the opening up. I'm just gonna connect negative and positive, and then I'm gonna ask Annika to turn the engine on. Okay, fire it up! Yeah, it's working! Yeah, we got a working fan! Woohoo!
So now we can live from here.
Yes!
Thank you. Pee-wee.